I still get one.
My money had to go to the house.
Yeah, I still take
my caddy money had to go to the house.
And sometimes they're like, we're having a hard week. I'm like, what, you don't love me anymore?
We do that now?
Oh, yeah. Oh. I had that conversation last week.
Sam got an allowance. How much you get?
Everybody in this room except for you got no allowance.
That's true. Everybody else in this building.
No, but I guarantee yours is well above the norm. How much allowance did you get?
I don't remember. It was like
a couple bucks, and then it would increase as you. I remember that it increased as I got
$5 or $6
older,
a week.
Yeah, and then I got older. It was like $20.
Wait, what?
Like in high school.
You got $20 a week?
School?
I think so.
See, but so why are you calling me out? That's weird.
I didn't call you out. You were calling me out, and I was defending myself because you were like,
I don't call you out. You call me out.
Thank you.
But then, as you defended yourself, you proved my point.
You know what? Because
no one gets an allowance in high school.
I think an allowance in high school is odd. I think it just changes to like your parents are buying you the stuff that you need.
My parents said they wouldn't until I was like, I got a job when I was a junior, so then it kind of stopped. But before I was a junior in high school, they didn't want me to have a job while I was in school.
Okay.
So they would give me enough money for whatever.
What was your job in high school?
My first job I worked at a trophy store.
Really? Would you sit on them?
You made sure they were sturdy.
Absolutely had to make sure, yeah. He hated the fucking he hated the running ones because they were longer. They had the arms above their
There's a
head.
few x-rays out there of Sammy Boy and his bottom.
His little bottom with a trophy.
The trophy in there.
I made
You love the bowling ones.
What was your trophy of choice?
I don't know. I just built. They were all shitty. I built trophies. It really takes the prestige away from winning trophies.
Oh, really?
When you're just sitting in an
Because you realize how cheaply they're made.
Completely cheap. It's like 3 bolts and nuts or whatever. But
yeah,
there was some like a big mook worked there with me, and he introduced me to
cocksucking.
You can't pause on this show ever.
Yeah, that's right.
The Opie and Anthony show.
Right, so some trophy store loser is responsible.
Really? So we have that guy to blame.
Nosedive. Mm-hmm. That abominable half hour.
Can tell us who he is so we can punch him in the face.
Do you know, I've won a couple of trophies in my life, obviously. And I told you in '93 I won a Black History Month comedy competition, and I had a trophy. I hope I still have it. I might have thrown it out.
Oh,
I can fix it for you.
Was
if it's broken.
You knew how to fix them too.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Sam can sit on it.
You got.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Not when it's
a tall one with a 9 and a 3 on it.
You got to tweet that.
I think I have a picture of it and threw it out. I'm really mad that I was at one point I threw some stuff out, but I'm like, why would I throw that out? That's a funny one. Black History. Not just that I won it. It's funny.
Right.
And I won one. I told you I did a 1 mile race with my dad when I was a kid, and my dad got me a little trophy for finishing the race.
What was your time?
4 days. No, it was probably 8 minutes.
Your dad used to run a lot, huh?
Well, he's marathons.
You got a participation
Marathons. Crazy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
We used to have dads come in and have trophies made for their kids.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
For no reason?
Like a little, oh, we're going to a ballet recital. Can you make a ballet trophy? And we'd be like, yeah.
I believe my father would have been happy to make one of those for me.
We had the engraving.
But what would the engraving be if she didn't win anything?
It would just be like,
nice try, cunt.
something like that.
Another worthless effort by my cum.
Come back when you're a winner.
Yeah.
Why would parents do that?
To make their kids feel good.
Yeah. I'm not making fake trophies for my kids.
That's instead of flowers.
Yeah,
That's
congratulations, you did great.
If you know it's from your parents, it's okay.
No,
Yeah.
I would rather take them out for ice cream and say, hey, you did a great job.
Nice ass.
Nah, you can order whatever you want.
You did great, but put great in quotes.
Oh, that's weird. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people came in to do that.
By the way, you're fucking, as you're on the air, you're little gingerly picking nuts out of that granola thing.
Well, it's like a mix. I want to make sure I get the right mix when I pop.
I know what know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I literally want to put your fucking hands in a vice and
Wait, you're
crush them
obsessed
into
with
powder.
nuts now?
Well, there's...
Well, no, I mean, sorry, him.
You don't like how he's switching them from one hand to the other?
It's making me physically ill. You guys can't see it, obviously. I know I'm describing that on the radio. But there's a little cup.
It's like a double shot glass, basically.
Double shot glass.
A plastic double shot glass. Why don't you just
Can I see it?
dump a whole bunch in your hand and eat it?
I want to make sure I get the right mix.
Yeah, because OCD wants the right mix.
What's the right mix? You have to eat them in a certain
One dick,
way?
2 balls. Another dick.
Have you always liked nuts? In your mouth.
Oh, that's just crass.
You just started liking nuts?
No, I didn't just start, but I didn't always. Not when I was a kid.
Stop transferring them from hand to hand.
Eat them. Well,
Fucking
because there's
Captain Queeg. Stop it.
some seeds, some granola that's a little sweet. There's nuts, it's a little salty. There's goji berries, that's sweet.
Goji berries rule. You got to hydrate those things, though.
What does that have to do with you transferring them from one hand?
Yeah, what are you trying to get a little bit of palm sweat? He just likes the right combo in his mouth, the right flavor, the right feeling.
That's it. I mean, I can't explain the transferring of hands,
it's just
but
fucking awful.
The mix
They told
is
me that there
important.
was a key.
But there's not even a lot there. Just eat them.
Well, I don't want to shove my mouth full, and you guys have something pressing to ask me, and I need to,
Oh, God.
give
Yeah, you
some
won't
of
have
my
anything to say that's worthwhile.
wisdom.
We're not worried.
You're okay with it?
See, we got a lot of people that didn't get an allowance, by the way. I'm not the only one.
The what?
And a
I'm
lot of
saying you're
people
the
that
only
had
one
to
in
pay
this
into the
room.
fucking family. Nothing
I'm not-
more annoying than paying into the family. I'm like, what the fuck? You decide to have all these kids. Why do I have to now help pay the bills?
But that doesn't mean you should be upset with me about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay into the family. I live for the day they come and fucking come groveling. Never happened.
Fucking had to pay into the family with my caddy money.
You just say no way.
I've said no way.
Oh, you.
Your father's
Good for
sick. He
you.
needs to go to the doctor. We have if your dad's got the flu or whatever it was.
We need to stop your allowance.
We need a little bit of medicine. Is it okay this week if we? I'm like, why? All of a sudden, what's changed?
Am I
didn't
still your son?
Yeah. Am I still your son? Do I still not have needs?
Right.
Do you not plan for these things?
Is this
Yeah.
cash or check?
Budget better.
They a check or they'll direct deposit into my account.
Got mailing list, email list bills.
Yeah, it's like I send that right to them.
You do?
Yeah, they pay a lot of my website maintenance bills.
That's so great. Too funny.
This guy fucking killed his. I guarantee it wasn't just over $200. It was something else.
I think he burned down a mansion, supposedly.
Yeah, because he's
too.
a little firebug. He's just a little rich
or they suspected he did some kind of I don't know, historical house out there in the Hamptons. He allegedly burned that down too, or they're taking a look.
He's a Princeton graduate.
He's a Princeton graduate, so why isn't he making his own way?
Looks like Edward Norton. Because he's like one of these fucking socialite jizzbags who really contributes nothing and just shows up and parties and has good abs.
You like how his pants are rolled up?
Huh?
No, his pants being rolled up makes me really not like him at all. Although those sweatpants, I'm guessing they're just gripping the bottom of his leg.
What do you think of the Clinton thing being kind of attached to the
I don't fault Clinton for that.
the alleged not alleged pedophile, convicted pedophile.
But pedophile.
Guy spent 15 months in jail out of a 18-month sentence.
He fucked a 17-year-old massage girl. Like, let's even though legally that's illegal there, it's not illegal in certain states.
No,
if you're
but-
fucking a 17-year-old, you're not a pedophile.
But there were a whole bunch of other underage girls that were around this guy.
Were they around that age though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I don't know. I shouldn't just say yeah. I have no idea. But that's the guy that's associated with the Prince Andrews thing.
Right. If you're fucking at 10 or 11-year-old girls, you're a pedophile. You're a pederast. You're a fucking
Like the Lost Prophets guy.
Ian Watkins. He was fucking infant. I mean,
Did you
he's
read the new stuff?
No, is there more?
Yeah.
Hold on, I like to read this fresh when I'm alone. What else is there? You got more today?
Yeah.
Today.
It's bad.
Dude, I live for Ian Watkins news.
What is wrong with this guy?
That's why we previewed it on the pre-show.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Sam,
Thought you'd be excited.
I didn't know what was happening. Here you go. You know how many times I've referenced him on stage to silence?
It's just not working.
Yeah. Gotta go home and fucking get my email from Ian Watkins, whatever I said, boo. Pedophile rock star Ian Watkins and his partner spoke of having a child so they could rape and kill it as soon as she was born while they were making love. It was charged in British court on Monday.
Because that sounds ridiculous. That's why he's giggling.
Yeah, and it's also what I would want to do with a kid. Get rid of it.
You think it went that far, his sickness, that they would actually have a kid together just to do that?
Yeah.
No.
This guy
I
sounds
don't know.
really fucked up.
He's obviously very fucked up, but that sounds like just to keep the fantasy going.
It's going to be tough for them to tour.
Yeah, in the
What
tape.
song was theirs again?
Last
Pull
Train
those
Home?
diapers down.
You're quick.
In the tape, which was made in 2008, the couple allegedly discussed abusing the child as soon as she is born. While they're having sex, they're talking about him getting her pregnant so they could have a child to abuse. Like, this guy is a pedophile, so this is really fucking creepy. And he did fuck an infant. So it's like, or try to fuck an infant. So, like, you got to look at it like,
Shouldn't he just be killed?
yes, I think so. I think the state should kill you if you're this bad.
I would love to talk to the people that are completely against the death penalty. What do you do with a guy like this?
You
what,
rehabilitate him.
What do you do with a guy like this?
You help him with his disease. Opie.
But part of, like, see, unfortunately, this is
online sex chats. I don't believe that they were going to go through with something like this.
maybe not.
I mean, he's obviously a very sick individual, but I don't believe he was going to actually have a baby with his partner just so they could have sex with it and
I don't know.
it.
I mean,
if once you, I don't know, dude, he's gone into that. Normally, I would say I agree with you, but this fucking guy,
yeah, if he was all talk,
yeah,
then it would be different. But
I've had some harsh discussions with girls about dirty things to do. I mean, not this, but the dirty shit, like stuff that we would never do. But the hot part of it was the fact that she was talking about something so taboo. That was what was sexy about it. Not even the idea of itself, but like, you know, wanting to fuck an infant. It's like, Jesus, that's. And he did try to fuck this video. If there's video of you fucking an infant, you're pretty much willing to go through it a lot.
Yeah. He wrote in one of these chats, "Child molesters till we die." All right, kill him. Just fucking kill him.
So judgmental. At least he's committed. Not wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy.
Yeah, wow, I hadn't read that.
Yeah. That's just...
Yeah, he's a rare case of someone. Because, again, like there was one guy who was, the cop who was convicted, Gilbert something of...
Oh, yeah.
And I actually know a girl who was in one of the videos. She's a friend of mine.
Refresh my memory on this.
He was a cannibal cop.
The one who looked like Adam Ferrara.
Who? The cop, yeah. He was into cannibal porn, and this girl Pepper I know, who's one of the fucking sexiest girls alive, and unfortunately we're only friends, but she's a porn girl, and she is in one of the videos. She said that this cannibal cop would enjoy, which was girls being eaten and stuff like that. A really bizarre fetish, but he was fantasizing about eating people, and he was convicted. Thank you, because I think that they said he had like literally planned out his wife's jogging routes, and he was talking like he had gone further. But even that can still be part of the fantasy,
right?
Although I don't understand let me clarify. I don't fantasize about this stuff, nor do I fantasize about fucking having kids and killing them.
Right.
I understand the idea of going far beyond where you'd go in physical life.
I don't believe he was going to go that far.
Maybe not.
I don't believe it. That he was going to actually have a baby with his partner just to do those.
I think
two
once
things.
you acted on,
once you fucked an infant, though, dude, that's a whole.
But to kill, like, have sex with your own kid right when it's born and then kill it.
Part of that
yeah,
is,
but I don't think he was thinking about it like, oh, that's my kid. That's just a thing.
It's power. It's the ultimate.
Oh, that's fucked up.
In what can I do that's as dark as anything I can do. And it's, I think that the thing is, this guy's probably got all he wants sexually. Girls would do anything, and he just kept upping the ante because he's a fucking junkie and a pedophile. Like, I mean, sex junkie. Like, would you do this? And like, for a mother to give you her kid and say, fuck, like,
right.
You know, it's just.
What are the rest of the Lost Prophets saying about this?
They're thinking of kicking him out of the band.
They're thinking of
they're going to do
auditioning new singers?
Yeah, they're going to do a couple more albums with him. They're like, with the whole Justin Bieber tour thing is off.
Did we like one of their songs?
Yeah. I don't know. His lifestyle.
Give me the Lost Prophets, or did they get it out of the system?
You can't take it out of the system. You know, there's no reason you can't toe tap to those drums.
No, they're in here. I just don't remember which one.
Last Train Home.
Last Train Home?
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Got it.
Did I like this song? Let me hear it
this
for
was
a
big.
second.
And Rooftops was big.
Your little tiny caboose.
Yeah, they had two big songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Tiny.
I love this song.
I never did, but I do now. After today, I do.
You don't even know what it's about. You just like it.
I did like this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were K-Rock songs.
Yeah. What do you think happened to him that he went down this road?
I don't know. Did you become that way because you're a fucking a vicious, awful person, or are you terribly abused as a kid, or is it a combination? I don't know, man. I don't know what makes someone.
You got to think he was abused as a kid.
Maybe, but there's still no excuse
down this road. Unbelievable.
What makes you cross the line and fuck somebody who is really that? Like, I don't know what would make a person do that or want to fuck a baby. Like, how do you? I don't understand what makes your mind go to that place. But again, people don't understand what I do. So maybe we all have a door that slams shut.
But we could deal with what you do.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that crazy.
No, there's some evil fucks out there. You can't. The evil has no fucking limit.
I've thought of Ian Watkins. Like I've actually been out, and I've been not in a good way. and I've looked at kids, and I'm like, how can you make that leap? Like what type of mind do you have that you can make that leap to a non-sexual thing? Like a fucking, like, would you smell a baby's foot? It's the cutest. All you want to do. My dick is a fucking nub. How do you marry those thoughts?
I don't know.
Psychotic.
Because there's a piece of your brain that's missing.
Maybe, or maybe it's a good part that's turned on. I don't know.
Because you do something like that.
Maybe we're all wrong.
Yeah, maybe we're all wrong. We're missing out on those little spring chickens, those little hens.
Because you go back to, all right, you do something like that. Then how do you live with yourself? So that means that means a piece of your brain is fucking missing.
How does the baby live with herself at Tatlin? Huh? Just a question.
Good point.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Little tattletale. Yeah, I got emergency room.
Breaking news.
Look, he's been released.
The flu is now in 43 states, Sam. Breaking news.
It's in all 50 states. It just hasn't been reported.
I wasn't crazy to talk about the flu yesterday. It's now in 43 states. 43 states.
Well, the thing to remember, it's the winter, so the flu is here.
All right.
Yeah.
So what do I do now?
Get it, and then get over it.
I shouldn't say I'm not going to get it, because then that's when you get it.
Yeah, only the Donald doesn't get the flu.
I get the Tammy flu at home.
I knew that. See, that's something we speculated about on the pre-show. I'm glad we now know.
I got the Tamiflu at home, and I'm just waiting for the first symptom, and then I'm going to be all in with the Tamiflu.
Smart.
Or Tamiflu, whatever.
I believe it's Tamiflu, but it's
I like
cute
saying
when you say it that
Tamiflu.
way. Yeah,
Tamiflu is a cute way to say that. But anyway, the Prince Andrews thing. He's fighting back.
Yes,
against the allegations. So what's the deal? You got a billionaire that a lot of celebrities know. I was reading a long article on this yesterday because of good old Lionel Media. You want to get him on the phone? Lionel Media?
We can cover it, I think.
You sure?
Yeah. We can handle it.
Lionel, if you're out there, give me a quick call, because I read the article you linked on your Twitter yesterday.
We can handle it.
Well, I don't have all the names.
That's kind of fun for us to piece it together.
A lot of high-profile celebrities have a connection with this guy, this billionaire, who was convicted of some pedophile activity and spent 15 months in jail. And I guess he had some kind of private Caribbean island that people would fly down to and have orgies, and sex orgies.
Big into S&M. He had downloaded like Amazon books or bought them about sex slavery and all of this sexual domination. But that's all S&M roleplay shit where you're owning someone sexually. That's a lifestyle. People enjoy that. That's not a crime as long as the people are the right age.
Right. So you got the Prince Andrews that is involved with this guy, with the 17-year-old. They're denying it. And then they're kind of, digging a little deeper, and this guy has 21 phone numbers for Bill Clinton. 21 phone numbers. 21 ways, basically, to get a hold of Bill Clinton. Do you find that strange, Jim Norton?
No, 21 phone number. It's funny,
a lot.
That's a lot.
Naughty boy phone
over how many years?
I like that
though?
Bill Clinton has 21 numbers.
He's got 21 naughty boy phones.
I wonder if each one connected to things, or once someone became a psycho, that fucking phone number got thrown out.
So, to be fair, why would this guy have 21 phone numbers for Clinton?
They kept changing, probably.
But what other business was Bill Clinton doing with this type of guy? For what reason? Because he's a big fundraiser?
Yeah, I think they were just friends,
Gave a lot of money to the cause?
They chilled.
For years. They hung out a lot. Clinton hung out with him a lot, flew with him a lot.
That's his boy.
Yeah, he had his number of Clinton's assistant, and they knew each other well. So I certainly don't think Clinton's a pedophile. I mean,
no, because he stopped hanging out with him like immediately after all this shit happened.
He did.
In like 2005.
And then I need Lionel, I'm telling you, because then the same article talks about a girl Clinton supposedly was with called the Energizer.
No, why don't we look it up? We can do that.
You sure?
Yeah, we can handle it. We have a show.
Energizer.
Yeah, we have a show. We can do our own.
But it's going to take too much time to do our homework.
That's all right.
It's almost done.
What?
Yeah, you know what? I say let's not take the easier software. Sam found it.
What? You should. I'm going to direct. I'm going to DM Lionel.
What? No. DP him. Get a friend later.
No.
If you do that, we're also going to get Ian Halperin to help us out with that.
I would love Ian Halperin on the show.
Ian Halperin emailed me yesterday.
So that you failed miserably with that. I would love Ian on the show. Energizer, there it is. What publication has this?
Everyone.
Everyone is going with the Energizer
Just
story.
Google Energizer Bill Clinton,
No
you'll
kidding.
find it.
What are they saying about the Energizer? I know, like, he had people, some of those Secret Service guys that would look the other way, and they would know exactly where Hillary was. I'm trying to remember this, but I think Lionel would do a better job. And then when they knew that Hillary was back getting ready to go home, then the word would get to Bill, so he would have time to clean up the house and stuff from the Energizer. And she had brand new breasts that were full.
Wait, hold on.
In the article I read, they were brand new breasts that were full. And she would lean over to the Secret Service guys and offer them cookies. Right? Is that in the article? If it's not in the article, I got to fucking call Lionel.
Well, this is an older article about it.
Well, you don't have the same article that I read yesterday. There's updates to the Energizer.
Different article.
Yeah.
But this has all that information.
Oh, there
This
you
is
go.
From July.
All right, what do we got? The bullet points are Kessler
She was
writes,
a regular at the Clinton home.
That's where, in New York?
Oh, yeah, that's in Westchester.
How close are you to Clinton's house up there? In Chappaqua.
Chappaqua is like a little northern.
You
I
live near
think.
Clinton? So we.
In Chappaqua.
Secret Service agent says she had breast implants.
See, I said that already.
That's true.
Do they say
Hillary?
they were full? Yes. And new?
Linda Tripp?
They appear to be very perky and very new and full.
There you go, see?
See, I got this covered.
All right, I'm good so far.
One agent says Hillary Clinton is awful to work with. That's just a little added factoid.
They just want to give her... She's not going to be our next president, by the way. Everyone knows that, right?
Oh, it's going to be another Bush.
I think Jimmy tweeted, right?
Yeah. If we allow that, we're just a dumb country.
It just shows you how pathetic our country is, that we keep going back to a Bush or a
Jeb Bush?
Clinton.
No, I don't want Jeb Bush. I don't want Hillary Clinton. I don't want this fucking family names anymore. Enough.
What about de Blasio?
I like Bill de Blasio. He's doing a good job handling the crisis.
You think he's in full panic mode?
Oh, no, he's terrific. He's doing a wonderful job.
He is in a bad spot. It's going to be very interesting. I hate that I live in Manhattan through this, but
It's all Mike
what are you gonna
Huckabee.
do? Yeah. Mike Huckabee doesn't have a shot at
I
being
don't know.
the
I like
president.
Mike Huckabee.
Mike Huckabee.
He's a good guy. We'll probably have him on the show, but he doesn't have a shot. He's a bore. That Fox show of his was a bore to watch.
He decided to walk away because he could possibly, potentially, maybe run for president.
He'll have a nice little run, and he'll drop out early.
Oh,
Trump said he's thinking about it.
oh, that would be great. I haven't heard that before.
Yeah.
How great would it be if the flu took him out, though, in the primaries? Go ahead. Continue with this.
Clinton previously admitted to sexual relations with two other women.
See, this is not the same article. The one I had much better dirt than this, Sam.
What dirt?
What about the cookies and leaning over and offering the Secret Service guys cookies?
Yeah, we went with that already.
No.
It was a warm day. She was wearing a low-cut tank top,
Yeah.
and as she leaned over, her breasts were very exposed.
Right.
They appeared to be very perky and very new.
Why
and
was she
full.
leaning over? It doesn't say in this article.
For the cookies, I guess.
I'm fucking calling Lionel.
Don't call Lionel. His little head won't know how to take it. Here's the thing about Lionel. He tends to be verbose in his
Yeah, we
explanations.
got Patton coming in 2 minutes. Yeah, I think Lionel, we can wait till Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say Friday would be a good time to have him in.
Friday morning.
Yeah.
I don't think we're working Friday.
Well, you know.
I think it's Ron Bennington's show on
Let
Friday.
Ron and Lionel do a show. Let Ron handle him. Let's see what the puppet master can do with him.
It's going to have to get a few extra strings. Is that it?
That's it.
So, people are fishing around is the headline here today. They got 21 phone numbers that
Were
are
they
connected.
Google Voice numbers, you think, or different phones?
No, this was way before Google
Oh,
Voice.
okay.
How do you have 21 numbers?
Oh, you're
I know
president.
you're the president or the ex-president whenever all this went down.
Let's say cell phone.
Fax.
Different homes. Yeah, I mean, he probably had, let's say, 5 different or 6 different home numbers, like from White House, apartment here, apartment there.
Did you say cell?
I didn't get to the cellies yet. I'm just saying some of them were probably just legitimate location phones. The White
Maybe
House
Air
had a couple
Force
different
One
phones.
phone? The phone on the plane?
Satellite phones.
Satellite
Yeah,
phone?
that might even be 10 of his phones. And
You
the
think
other-
he got in trouble yesterday?
She might have asked him about it, but he
21.
21. I think
No.
he had 18.
I
I have 3 more.
That's really great, Clinton.
Thank you. I do.
That was Jim, for those at home who don't realize
Yeah.
that wasn't actually Clinton.
My phones feel your pain.
Daryl Hammond who?
That's really something special.
Thank
Tim.
you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm opening up my new show with my Bill Clinton. I've got so many phones to call everyone.
Why are you squinting like
Why
that?
do you look like you're in pain?
That's I'm not.
It's fun because it's topical, and it really sounds like Bill Clinton.
Yeah. Yeah. I can make phone calls to all of your vaginas.
What? You're going blue with your impression.
But it goes back to the phone thing as well.
Yeah,
which
I
is
understand.
important.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah. We've got 21 phones.
My wife is running for president. I'll be on the phone.
He's got so many.
Yes, he does.
He loves talking on the phone.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a good impression. Yeah. Gonna get a lot of mileage out of this one.
Yeah, and that premise is just keep expanding, you know?
21 phones. Yeah.
You think he'll expand to 22 phones?
I've got 35 email addresses.
Oh, wow.
21 phones.
You only have 30.
10 fax machines.
Fine.
I was
already.
the president.
Right, right, I forgot about Bill Clinton, not just a tech guru, but also at one point the president.
That's right. You got to say that.
Right.
That's right.
Just so people remember.
That's right.
Wow. That's very, very good.
Thank you. Sounds like I'm right.
It does. It
It's
does.
pretty good. It's right there.
Not bad.
It's right there.
I didn't inhale on the phone.
That's fun.
Ties in.
Right, because it's a thing from 92 and then a thing from now.
That's right.
Two big stories.
Two big
Connecting
stories tied in together.
What do you think it sounded like when he was talking? Ethan Hawke said that he talked to Bill Clinton, and
At
Bill
the
Clinton
urinal.
said he liked his movie.
He said, I liked your movie. Sure would like to call you on one of my 21 phones. I had 22, but Hillary spilled white water on it.
Whitewater. That's great.
That was great.
I like because it's not only is it topical, but it's interweaving. You know, it's almost a history lesson. It's very much like one of Colin Quinn's shows.
Yeah, it sure is. It
You know what I
really
mean? It combines
One-man show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it combines history and news and humor.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Talks about everything that happened.
it's a
Presidency.
little better, you think, than
Yes.
Colin Quinn shows?
Yeah, Colin's stuff is kind of like this is a hot impression, and he knows it. He does Reagan, I do Clinton. We want to go out together.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, we should do that.
The great debate, you could call it.
Yeah, absolutely. And after the debate, you could bring me flowers, Jennifer Flowers, and I could call her on my 21 phones,
Oh, good.
and we'll smoke pot but not inhale.
On your.
I was the president.
That's good. I was afraid there were going to be some references that didn't get mentioned.
Yeah.
Is that the closer? Or?
Now, my favorite type of pie is impeach pie.
Oh, that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
It's a good one.
Peach pie isn't even like a thing people.
That's such a stretch.
Yeah. I'm going to call you on my 21 phones or something. My wife's ankles are so fat, they look like bowling pins or something. I got some white water at the bottom of my balls.
Bill Chip Clinterson.
Yeah, Chip Clinton. Do you want to call it the White House? No black people. Oh, except for the one now. My mother's a saint on earth.
Oh, Chip Clinton.
With his 21 phones.
Yep, 21 phones. I got so many phones. My name should be Ma Bella something.
Very, very good.
Thank you. I was the president.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I named my daughter after a New York place. We call it Chelsea because we was going to call it Hell's Kitchen.
Now you're going local.
That's right.
He's going local with his humor.
Why would he name her after? He wasn't living in New York.
Well, you know.
You can't just say what you know.
My wife was a senator. She liked more baseball teams than I have phones.
She wouldn't. She wasn't loyal to
Yeah.
one team.
Yeah. One time she lied about being in combat. This psychotic bitch should never be president. That's just kind of a statement. Do you like Chip Clinton?
I love Chip Clinton. You think Chip Clinton actually carried 21 phones?
I kept my pockets was always bulging, and they'd be like, "Your phone's ringing." I'd be like, "Which one?" I give me a half hour to answer them all.
I like how Chip Clinton does 2 thumbs.
Yeah, 2 thumbs. I'm your president. Fuck yes.
Does he play an air sax or does he stick to the air guitar?
Yeah. We was the sick effing puppies. I don't like to curse. President. Yep.
Yeah, so Hillary's not going to be your president, Travis.
Yes, she's not worth a Hillary of beans.
And she didn't give him
Stupid.
and she didn't give him the business last night. I believe in the conspiracy that not even a conspiracy, they have an understanding.
Well, yeah, when you're
I
that powerful
absolutely
couple.
believe that they have an understanding.
This
I
guy's
completely believe that Bill Clinton has been with a lot of fucking women.
You bet I have. Sometimes my wife will call me, and I'd be like, I couldn't get to my phones on time. 21 of them. Oh, it's the president.
Has nothing to do with what we were saying.
I got some white water on her face and assholes.
Her assholes?
That's right.
And I don't know what her deal is. What do you think her deal is? She doesn't need the sex.
Hillary?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
She's chilling.
Yeah.
She's just chilling.
She's in the cut.
They so have an understanding.
That's what the guy who wrote this book who mentioned the Energizer said. That Hillary knew about the Energizer.
He has a really nice bunny.
What? The Energizer is a she.
Energizer bunny. Those big boobs would get me all energized. I'd plug my phones into them.
Did you just say bubs?
Yes, he did.
Yes, I did. He did. Yeah, well, you know how impressionists incorporate everything.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, we should take a break. Patton Oswalt should be here. He is here. Good. So we're going to break. We're going to have Patton Oswalt on the show next. He's got a great new book out called Silver Screen Fiend, Learning About Life from an Addiction to Film. And he's also playing Carnegie Hall with a few tickets still available. Not many, though.
You know how to get to Carnegie Hall?
How?
Practice.
More with Opie and Jim after this. This is Opie Radio. The show is back.
We're back with Patton Oswalt in studio.
Hey guys, I'm ready to power jam and party mix.
Very happy. Very happy you're here.
When are we giving away the panties? At the top of the hour?
We could do that. We could do panties Tuesday.
Let's open the phone lines through the Fraser Pays.
Fraser Pays. I bet you've done a few of those shows over the years.
Oh God, I did a show where they had that energy that I was just doing.
Yeah.
But it was all right. This weekend at the Comedy Factory Outlet, we got Patton Oswalt. Patton, go! And then they just kind of kicked back like I was going to sit there and do my act for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was that energy, and then they just immediately shut down.
And how'd you do it? Did you just do a bit?
Well, I said, hey, guys, how are you doing? And then I was waiting. And they was like,
What do you mean? How are you doing?
yeah, like, come on, go,
Right.
go.
Oh,
They
really?
weren't talking. They were like, just do your...
No,
like, no,
man,
it
you
doesn't work that. I can't just...
It doesn't work that way.
You got to have a
No.
conversation and hopefully some jokes get out there.
But you could see their faces were so sad because they had this, we can just kick back for 10 minutes now.
And just watch him?
And they're like, oh, no, we have to talk to...
Well, that's awkward.
What the hell's all this about? Like you're going to go into a rant? They don't know how shitty that would sound? How ridiculous that would look?
Hey, you guys go to movies? You guys go to movies, right?
Yeah.
The butter on the popcorn, right?
I got to ask you, last time we talked to you, you said you were going to go off Twitter for the summer.
Yes,
and you did.
I did.
You came back on for one thing.
Well,
he said he would come back just to maybe to get a quick promo out or something.
Yeah, there were a couple of things I had done, like things I had filmed that were going to come out during the summer that I'm like, well, I can't not promote these things. These people, they worked hard on them. I'm like, well, but I'm taking a break. So I just retweeted things that were like, oh, I'm doing this.
Just little things.
And of course, the minute I did that, people were like, oh, I guess you couldn't stay off there.
No, but
Guys,
you said you would maybe have a couple tweets during that. But
in my 4-paragraph thing about leaving Twitter, which they couldn't read.
how was it? Because I think a lot of us want to leave Twitter for a while.
It was great.
I love the reasonable discussions you can have on Twitter.
Hey, I love those discussions too, Jim. Fag.
Yeah.
You dumb home. Ugh,
You suck. I guess you don't. ... Because they didn't know how to do it in 140 characters.
There's no
continued garbled weird.
There's no way you get hate on Twitter there, Patton.
Isn't it weird how there's
no way someone like you would get hate.
The other day, this was on the 27th, I'm flying from Chicago to LA, and I tweeted out, we're waiting on the plane, and some mechanics went on, and then I just tweeted as a joke, mechanic just walked off the plane, face ash white, told the gate attendant, everyone's got to die sometime, let him on. The plane, something's wrong with the plane. And then the next day, the Asian Airlines plane went missing.
Oh, fuck.
And so somebody...
timing.
Well, no, yeah, but again, I did it the day before. I didn't know. So then somebody... I didn't even respond to that, but I watched the discussion on Twitter. Someone said, really bad joke considering what happened today. And then someone said, well, yeah, but he made that joke yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not... And then the person said, he should go back and remove it. So wait a minute. So if any new thing that happens in the news, if any joke, you got to go back and erase that. That doesn't make...
Well, that means that everyone will forget that they read your tweet. That's how that works.
Well, you should, though. Do you know how many local guys in Germany had to stop doing their Hitler impression after he got a little randy?
A little randy.
Oh, is that what you call it? A little randy?
Yeah.
Got a little randy.
A little rambunctious.
So how'd you do it? I don't think a lot of us could get off Twitter for a whole summer like you did.
It was, I said, I was very open about the first 3 weeks. I was just looking at my @mentions and lurking and seeing what people were saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't this pure and now I'm going to go and, walk in the forest and think.
Mm-hmm.
It took a few weeks, but by the time July rolled around, I went from June 1st to Labor Day. Middle of July, I had just forgotten about it.
No kidding.
Yeah. And here's what was really great. What you realize is, the people that are angry at you on Twitter and are saying stuff like, oh, that was racist or that was sexist or, you're not a comedian. Because I thought it would start affecting my stand-up shows. The people that are angry at you on Twitter, they don't leave their house. They're not the people that go to shows. They don't go to, not just shows, they don't do anything. So if you're fighting with people on Twitter and thinking, oh, this is my attendance is going to drop my shows, those aren't the people in your audience. So that was a huge revelation. And also there was a big revelation of, you don't need to respond to people. You just don't need, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're just writing stuff.
And when you realize you can't change their mind on something, then it's kind of freeing. All right, he's an asshole. He'll always be an asshole. There's nothing you could say to that person to turn him around.
But also you realize, oh, that was me when I was in my 20s. Angry at everything. Everything was...
Of course.
Outrage. Oh, I can't believe this. What are we going to... Just deal with it, dude.
So what did you get done instead of tweeting?
Patton sick.
Yeah.
I asked him.
No, guys,
you're spraying stuff in your throat. The flu's in 43 states.
Guys, please.
What state did you come from?
Fluville. No, I came from...
you said you flew in.
Oh, Chip.
Little workplace.
He's trying to tell us that his throat's a little dry from flying.
From the plane in the
I think
hotel.
he's got the flu.
No,
he's got green juice in front of him. It looks like green tea. He's got sprays,
this is just the phlegm I've been coughing up. I'm just keeping this. It's not... the airplane and the hotel. Hotels are... You wake up in a hotel, all your boogers are dried up. It's the worst.
I fucking hate that hotels have decided that you don't need to open your windows anymore.
Yeah. Oh, you're on a spaceship, basically.
It drives me nuts because the rooms, like you said, get so dry.
Yeah.
I'm all about opening windows. I don't give a fuck if it's freezing out.
Yeah, but
I need fresh air.
Kids falling out the windows. They probably couldn't take it. People jumping, and then they get sued. They're like, fuck this. You're all going to be stifled.
I feel so trapped. I'm like, give me... All right, then have something that opens where you can't have a kid fall out of.
Yeah, there's days, and I feel really bad, but I'll sit there and I'll just run the hot water in the shower and close the bathroom and just sit there and get a steam just to remoisturize.
Right.
I wake up, I'm so gross.
But a steam is no fun unless somebody can kind of walk in with their towel and saunter over.
Exactly.
Saunter over.
And also just you worry about being shot by a mobster. That's always great in a steam bath is the mob hit. Oh man, that went nowhere.
No, I'm actually. That's a fair point.
I'm gonna do the joke just died, nervous spraying the throat. So maybe it's better if you get hit by my.
Well, that's the difference between us, though. This is why you're more successful, because you went for at least a different angle on it, and I went right for the predictable. Guys blow each other.
Come on. Did you read more books? Did you see more movies? Did you go hiking?
You know what I did? It was weird. I walked around and just looked at people, and what I noticed is the world. Everyone's just looking down all the time
on their phones.
This is a golden age for pickpockets. I don't know why they're not just out there ripping off everything they can grab, because no one's looking at each other anymore.
Yeah,
it's really weird how everyone's kind of looking down, and so yeah, it was, and it was okay. I'm trying to act, because there was a time I just couldn't. I would get fidgety. I couldn't talk to people. You know, I couldn't enjoy things. So I'm like, I gotta check my phone, see what's going on.
One other question, then we can move on. And do you feel dirty that you're back on Twitter then? How did you go back onto it? And how did it feel?
It felt a little weird at first, because I had gotten out of the thinking in terms of quick punch, bam, bam, bam. So it took a little bit to that's that. And then, but again, taking 3 months off, you don't feel like you got to do it all the time. Because I took 3 months off. I didn't lose any followers. The minute I went back on, people were like, you know what? There was this room back in L.A. called the Largo. And it was this really, really, it was like the place to go every Monday to do comedy. And it became really like, comedians would fight to get sets there. And it was, so we would go there. Everyone was, even if you weren't performing, you would go there. Just, that was the hang. And, Blaine Capatch said something really interesting. He goes, if you don't come in for 2 months, and then you come back, people are like, oh, hey, good to see you. But if you miss just 1 week, and you come back the next week, they're like, hey, where were you, man? Why weren't you here last week?
Yeah.
So that's the same with Twitter. When you leave for a big chunk of time, they're like, oh, he's off doing something.
Right.
You know, but if you don't, but there were a couple of days after I got on that I didn't tweet because I was just doing stuff. People are like, what's going on, man?
Right.
What are you doing? Were you quitting? Like, it's not, we're not a team. We're not going to the Super Bowl.
But you're such a good follow. That's why it kind of sucked that you were gone.
Yeah, but there were also, there are so many hilarious people on Twitter.
Your brother, I was saying off air.
Yeah.
You turned me on to your brother's Twitter last time you were here. He's nuts.
He is
in a good
nuts.
way.
And he's
what's his Twitter again? It's Math.
It's at Puddinstrip.
Is that it? Okay, then I see his real name in there too.
Yeah, but you search Matt Oswalt.
Matt Oswalt is a great follow.
Because right now he doesn't have a job, so there's nothing he has to lose.
Right.
He'll just say whatever he wants.
Very dark.
Oh, man.
Twisted, funny.
Very, very screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? What did he write? Who wears short shorts? The homeless meth addict outside my window playing with his balls wears short shorts, or something like that. Right. It's weird.
Right.
That's a great commercial callback too.
Yeah, he lives in the asshole of Hollywood. He lives right where it's awful. So he just sees.
What part is the asshole of Hollywood?
Anywhere between like Cherokee, Whitley, all those little streets near like. Pretend you're standing in front of the Chinese theater.
Okay.
And then just start walking east.
Okay.
That's where you see a lot of the, oh boy.
Right.
Hey.
Reminds me of a joke I used to do where I would say, I lived in the gay part of Hollywood. It was called Hollywood. The place would go nuts.
But those areas are fun.
That's what I mean.
There's so many fucking nuts in those places.
And by the way, if Hollywood was gay, if that was a gay neighborhood, it would be way nicer because gay neighborhoods are always the best place you can possibly live. Yeah. The gays fled Hollywood They're like, fuck this. I'm not living.
This is too crazy for us.
This is awful. We're going to West Hollywood, making it nice.
Yeah.
Now thank you, Jimmy.
Yes, learned that from Craigslist.
But now Hollywood was just left to the freaks. Hollywood Boulevard is the freaks that scare away meth addicts. That is how crazy people on Hollywood.
Yeah, it does get a little dicey at one point, and then West Hollywood is just delightful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Real nice.
The whole neighborhood. Well, West Hollywood is more Santa Monica Boulevard.
Okay.
But Hollywood Boulevard itself, late at night, and especially early in the morning, is wow. Wow, what happened?
I was out there doing a little something for TBS a couple years ago. And
doing a little TBS thing.
And it was
hanging out in Hollywood,
bragging a little bit.
Yeah,
and it was downtown LA. Oh wow, did I love that?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Downtown LA is like Omega Man.
Holy fuck, is that a cool... I was a little scared to walk around, not going to lie to you, but I loved every minute of walking around that area.
Now, how many years ago was this?
It's about 2, I guess, at this point. But then there's a really nice coffee shop.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to change downtown LA, so you get a little of both.
It got real. I hate to burst your bubble. It's lost a lot of the sleaziness, and now it's turning into Brooklyn.
Oh, in 2 years it's gone.
Oh, it's crazy.
No
Downtown
kidding.
LA is like Williamsburg now. There's a little macrobiotic cafes and a lot of. Once you see people walking French bulldogs, the gentrification is happening.
It's over.
It's over.
I watched a lady feed pigeons for well over an hour. She had her own bird seed, and she had a broom. So she had this whole routine where she'd lay out so much bird seed that there were hundreds of pigeons that would fly in unison and land at the same time.
Oh my
eat
Lord.
for a while, and then they would take off because like you'd walk by or whatever, scare the pigeons, they take off, right? Then she'd sweep up the whole thing, put it in a bag, wait about 5 minutes, and then put the whole seed out again. She did this over and over and over again.
What a hateable woman.
Yeah.
I was mesmerized by her, and she was pretty good looking too. She looked like she could have been maybe a failed actress or something. That is,
yeah.
She's obviously a failed
Nuts.
mother. She's the problem. She's a fucking dusty, barren womb that she's trying to make up for. Have these fucking birds come.
Oh fuck!
Zero.
I loved it.
These are my winged babies.
These are my children. Some people were meant to have children. God didn't want me to have children.
My uterus looks like the inside of the spaceship from 2001. Pure white, sterile.
Yeah, my uterus has a palate in it.
It has.
It's just
So I called my winged babies every day. And, downtown LA is.
I love the people watching.
Totally, yeah. Well, that's what. Then you should go walk up and down Hollywood Boulevard in the afternoon or in the morning. Go to Starbucks, get a little sandwich, get some coffee, and watch the people. Oh,
New York sucks for that now. It's really changed drastically. The Lower East Side is still pretty good if you get down in that area.
Yeah, but the Lower East Side
is still like old school New York. You'll see some junkies,
but then at night it's like all like college frat dudes.
I know, but it's pretty much the last
weirdos
place.
There. Yeah, I remember I stayed at the Rivington when I was doing this TV show, and I stayed there in July. So imagine the Lower East Side in July, how that smells. And so one morning it was 6 a.m. and the van had come to pick me up to go to work, and I'm walking down the hall, and the doorman of the Rivington opened the door. I was 20 feet away from the door as I walked toward it, and he opened it up, and he said, "Here it comes," because the wave of stink that came down the hallway and hit me, because it was already 98 degrees at 6 in the morning.
Wow.
And it was like getting hit with a fat man's stomach that had been spread with like old mayonnaise. Like that is
I
how.
like that.
Damn it! I see. You can't freak Jim out. That's
Hot
right.
garbage.
Very nice.
Coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you
Don't
shooting?
pour rainwater on me and tell me it's piss. That's you yelling at a date.
Were you doing Bored to Death at the time?
No, I was doing the Heart She Holler.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Okay.
It's this very you especially would love the Heart She Holler if you like very bizarre, fluid-rich sex and really messed up couplings. And there's a scene. There's a scene in season 2 where somebody, a woman has anal sex with a man because something is sticking out of him that she can use as a
instrument of destruction.
A woman has he fucks her.
Wait,
No. She is mounting him
because this is sticking out of his ass. Why can't you tell us what it is?
It's an old hardened turd.
Oh, she has anal sex. I understand. She mounts it.
She mounts him.
She backs up into the the hard turd.
The hard turd.
Some things are disgusting, but you also have to really respect them.
This guy wants to talk about your recent...
Much like The Apprentice. You have to respect it.
This guy wants to talk about your recent tweets.
What were my recent tweets?
I don't know. I guess...
I went a little crazy yesterday because the book came out today, so I was, there was a lot of reviews came out.
I'm looking forward to reading
happy,
this.
so I didn't want to
John, what's the problem with Patton's Twitter and his recent tweets?
No, it wasn't that. It was just that I'm I was really excited for the book coming out and all that stuff, and just a couple other things. You beat me to it. How awesome he is on Twitter. His brother's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
He had a tweet about New Year's about Patton eating a ham in the front seat of his car by himself.
All right. Yeah, your brother does take shots at you. Lovingly.
There's a whole thing, and someone's like storified it or something. I was live tweeting Downton Abbey, and he was doing a response to every one of my live tweets, and it was the most vicious, dark, just awful. It was hilarious.
Did you guys get along growing up?
Kind of. I was this total, artsy kind of indoor, and he was totally athletic, like sports, and I was, I'm reading Willa Cather's My Antonia right now, and so it was there was a lot of that, like, must we throw this ball around? It literally was that kind of
very different.
Yeah, very, very different. Very
like the Keaton household.
It was very. It was very much like the Keaton household. So there was that kind of kind of tension. But I mean, we always. I love him, but we drive each other nuts. He gets on my nerves.
Before we talk about
he's so dark.
Yeah. Before we talk about the book, you're playing Carnegie Hall for the first time. That's got to be really exciting.
Yeah, Carnegie Hall. Have you ever been to or done a show at Carnegie Hall, Jim?
No, but I have gone by it in a cab many times.
So the same thrill.
Have I ever been there? I don't know if I've ever seen a show there. Even something's telling me I have, but I don't know if I've ever been inside.
I've never been inside. I'm going to go inside for the first time this Friday afternoon, because I asked, like, can I please come in early and feel the room out,
It's a great room for comedy. I saw Kevin Smith there, Louis C.K., Bill Burr, and Stephen Lynch, a lot are guys that
those guys are hacks. But this Friday,
is going to be a good show.
This is real comedy, finally.
It's a great room. Are you freaking out just because it's Carnegie Hall?
I'm freaking out because of beyond the history of people like Groucho Marx and Richard Pryor and Andy Kaufman and Woody Allen being there, but Bill Burr and Louis C.K., like those guys, were in that room.
You're breaking the redhead comic streak.
I really am, yeah. These redhead sons of bitches. I mean, there's still some. I'm also really happy that because for the last couple of weeks it was selling okay, and then this week it's been like now it looks like it's going to be a sellout.
Oh,
so
that's how it is. You start okay, and then there's that little dip, and you're like, oh God, I'm dying.
Yeah. They don't care, and now it's coming together. I mean, I know there's still that, and then the Tower Theater in Philadelphia, I'm doing the next night.
Nice.
Which is also huge, and the ticket sales are a little weird, and then there's now, again, it's like they've got to wait till the last minute. But then you realize, wait a minute, but if my fans are like me, they're going to wait till the last minute.
But that's got to panic you guys when they start buying tickets last minute.
Well, not only does it panic us, then the venue starts calling your PA guy, like, why aren't they selling? And you got to go, these are comedian fans, it'll be okay.
Relax,
don't worry,
it'll be
all right.
Very last minute.
Why is Carnegie Hall so special, though?
Because it just has this, the people that have done.
Yeah, and it's become the reference.
But they've played, these same people have played everywhere else.
Yeah, but everywhere else doesn't have the history behind it. And then, you're right, it isn't a slang term for success. Mm-hmm. And also, this is going to sound really, it's the kind of thing that your parents go, ooh, that's
they're finally impressed.
Oh, he's doing like I bought my parents train tickets on Friday to come up. I want them to see me at Carnegie Hall.
Good for you.
Yeah. And once I get on stage, I'm just going to berate them for an hour.
You should.
Listen, you sons of bitches, get up here.
Yeah, then demand your money back for the train. Or demand a receipt so you can write it off.
Start screaming at them.
Make them stand up. Yeah. Acknowledge them during the show.
Remember when you told me
right.
I should... No, they could not have been more.
You're going to be absolutely great at Carnegie Hall. So a few tickets still available for Friday night.
And this guy, Mike Kaplan, is opening up.
I know,
really
Mike.
Funny. And Bridget Everett is doing a song. I begged her to do a song, and she's doing it. She's so amazing.
She tours with Amy. Like, I'd be kind of freaked out to go on after her because she's such a powerful...
I know, but I wanted to like kind of fill the room up, like make and then have, and also if it's really powerful and amazing, I can talk about that. Like, okay, now I got to follow her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing.
What are you gonna do? An hour?
I don't know. I have a set at 10 at the Cellar, so I may have to cut it short. Like I'll do as much as I can, but I got to get over there.
Got to get out of there.
Got a 10-minute at the Cellar. So
imagine you do 9 minutes at Carnegie Hall.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I got a thing at the. Part of me really, because my wife is coming up and she's like, should we go get drinks afterwards or something? I'm like, I kind of want to go to the Cellar afterward.
Right.
Like,
of course.
Like after Carnegie Hall, just going up at the Cellar and just. That's the way to just blow it out. That would feel.
I would take if I did Carnegie Hall, I would go to the Cellar, look at the comedians at the table, pull my dick out, and walk out of the room.
They're gonna beat the shit out of you, though. Don't you want to live that high for a little while before the guys at the Cellar beat the shit out of you?
That is true. Yeah, I know, because then I don't want to be. There's nothing worse, and this happens a lot. Like whenever I go to Bumbershoot up in Seattle and do that comedy there, the crowds are so amazing that you need a bring down to put you, because the first time I did it, I was walking around going, I'm the best comedian alive. I mean, I'm amazing. And then the next week I'm out in Houston, eating it,
right? Because
then so now when I go up there and I see comedians up there for the first time and you see their faces like, oh my God, I got to go. Look, I'm glad you had a good time here. Don't get used to this. This is not how it is. These crowds are amazing. Just chill out. You can still go to comedy, but don't get stuck on this high.
You do a great job too describing the stand-up experience in the book. You're talking about starting out, and and Blanket Patch is very funny. I didn't realize you guys started together.
Yeah,
and you're just talking about going to these open mics, and it's all comedians, and the rush and the high of doing it. It's a great description, man. There's a few things you described that I was like, fuck, that's a perfect way to say it.
Well, it was the two things about comedy that the one thing everyone talks about is you go on stage and you get that rush. Oh my God, I said something and everyone laughed, but what a lot of people don't talk about is there's also the hang. You realize very quickly, wait a minute, if I do this for a living, all I get to do is hang out with comedians. I don't have to hang out with anyone boring. I don't got to hang out with anyone that I got to pretend is funny. And what you hang out with people that if you say something that's not funny, or you can go, that sucked, and no one takes it personally. Yeah, they just oh, and in a way they go, thank you. It's helpful when comedians go, dude, you're not gonna go anywhere with that. So those two things are so amazing.
Let me ask you guys this: do you still get the high?
I do.
For me, it's just kind of like one long, banal fucking yap fest. I do, yeah, of course, amazing.
When you start anything that you're really in love with, that high, I wonder if it could ever be as strong as when you first started.
But the lows are bad, too. Like, I was on stage last night doing a set, and I'm working on Cosby material. And the crowd, and it's been killing on the road, but the crowd at the Cellar are not fucking Jim Norton.
When you mean Cosby material, you mean like to get on his new show? What's going on with him? I haven't heard.
It's funny. There's been a whole thing, like, apparently he was drugging Dre, and they're claiming they didn't know it was drug. So, and the crowd just kind of like at the mere mention of it.
Right.
I wanted to slam.
Oh, sorry.
I wanted to slam the microphone down at one point. It became a very kind of like a confrontational relationship.
Yeah.
Because they were laughing at certain points, and then I'd go into something else. They'd go like, "Oh," and I'm like, "What are you fucking pro?" I bashed Camille Cosby. I've had enough of fucking her
standing by her man.
Yeah,
I jumped in there because I got really mad for a second because they didn't even give you a chance to see what kind of Cosby material you had.
By the way, any premise out of context could get you
sure.
That's how comedy works.
Right.
You mention something, people are like, how is it funny? And then you surprise them with how it's funny.
Right.
Yeah, like my Cosby. I think I said something about like he committed a lot of rapes, but that's fine with me. No, I'm kidding. I didn't say that. That's my whole bit. No, but I mean, it's like, but they reacted like I did say that. Right. But anyway, you describe really, really, and there's something else you talked about too about stand-up, which I hadn't heard described before, which was this fucking, it's the silence of when you're setting it up, like the laugh and then the lull of when you're just talking, and it's just such they're just completely different worlds.
Well, it's a bungee jumping thing, because when you're talking and it's silent and you're like, this punchline might not work. I might, so when you're the anticipation of, okay, when I drop what's funny here, I hope this works. And that becomes really addictive, because then you want to repeat that over and over again because it's such an endorphin punch.
Oh, yeah, you're committing to something, and you're not even sure if you're going to get the laugh.
Yeah, and the lows for me that get really bad are when I've just put out an album, just did a special, and now I've got to start from scratch. Yep. And there are a couple of weeks where you're starting to do open mics again. You're like, what is my next hour going to be? Like, where do I build it from? Because especially if you've just been promoting stuff is the least creative, least funny thing you can do. You know what I mean? And so you're like, I'm not generating any new material because all I'm doing is talking about the old stuff. Mm-hmm. And that gets a little panicky for me.
I've had, because I'm shooting actually a week from Saturday in Boston, and normally after I shoot...
Shooting a new special?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I immediately drop the material. Immediately. But this time, I think I'm doing gigs... It'll air like early April, I think. I'm doing gigs until like the end of February. I'm going to take some more gigs.
Well, but you'll be okay because as long as you're doing it, then it'll air. Like, in other words, the people that are seeing you are not feeling like they're ripped off.
No, but I'd rather still have 3 months of working on material before it airs.
Yeah.
Right.
But that is the weird. It's like when you just got to drop, and it's also a relief to drop it. You're like, I'm done with it. But then it's fucking. I'm the mayor of Bomb City for a while.
Oh yeah.
I fucking have nothing for 2 months.
Yeah.
But how do you guys deal with that too? It's material works and kills. What do you mean? How is it?